A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. Shall we get some rest then? Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
No! I'm not sending anyone into that cave!
But Jonas, isn't it your duty to aid our people?
I've held my tongue till now, but no longer. You would leave one of your own to die. This is impermissible. A village is nothing without its people. Sacrificing that poor soul amounts to cutting off your own arm. As Half's leader, you ought to strive to do whatever you can to bring him back alive. Can you truly say this decision benefits your people, Jonas?
Who are you to question me? I'll suffer none of your impudence, outsider! Be gone from our village!
I, Jonas, I am an outsider, and therefore have no reason to heed any commands you would give. I shall follow my own will, and do what must needs be done. All those with the strength and courage to do the same, join me at Stormwind Cave.
Let us do everything in our power to render aid to those in need.
How different our lot would be if Ulrika was village chief.
That fool! Pah! On her head be it!
What brings you here?
It is you. Have you come to join us in our rescue effort? My thanks. We shan't fail with you by our side. The captured villager ought to be within. Let us hurry.
Aye. Is there aught you...
The captured villager ought to be within.
This is my first time clapping eyes on such an item. I expect my own master has yet to even discover it. Where are the Saurians?
Ice is our ally against such fiends.
To retreat, then.
Where you do not fall prey to the enemy's attack as we pass.
Have my support.
I've got it pinned! It will have a hard time spitting its spell fluid at us now. This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. The Arisen has been drenched!
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
I pose we scour this place anew. Who knows what we might find?
Indeed. Let us know if we can be of assistance, Arisen.
I will not be swayed.
Now it all becomes clear. Methinks I've a better understanding of the structure of this location.
Excellent work.
This shall be another landmark of our adventure.
quickly now. Our master beckons.
Understood.
The same foe? Again?
I did my best to match your skill, Master. One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Each trial to come. Nicely done!
My aim is through. One of us has been drenched.
I'm saved. Thank you.
Thank heavens you yet live. Let us be on our way. The other villagers shall be thrilled to see you in good health, I'm sure.
Shall we report our results?
Thanks, sir. I'd be roasting over a spit if it's worth it, so to speak.
We ought to hurry back. There is nothing to be gained from lingering here.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
The charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one.
What? Oh! 'Twas but a trick of the light.
You have returned triumphant, I see. Oh, what a relief.
Indeed. And now that the task is done, I shall leave Har village, ne'er to return. In exchange, I beg you to forgive those who joined me. I incited them, and so I alone ought suffer the penalty of exile. Yet I will go forth from this village with my head held high, glad in the knowledge that no lives were sacrificed under my watch.
There'll be no need for that, Ulrika. In light of your good deeds, all shall be forgiven.
After you left, we who remained discussed that which our village treasures most. It is as you yourself have said, a village is nothing without its people. We ought to have learnt that lesson well after the dragon chased us from our homes. Yet 'twas your heartfelt plea that reminded us of it. Ulrika, would you honor our village by becoming its chief? Tis our hope that you will guide us, and that your kindness and wisdom shall unite our people, human and bestian both.
Aye, if that is what is needed, I shall rise to the call of duty. I vow to protect this village and its people with my life.
I could not have imagined a better outcome. The village will surely prosper in Sir Ulrika's care.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
Should you set out to seek...
My way would have protected the village just the same, but the fact remains that Ulrika saved a life I couldn't have. And so I step down and allow her to take my place.
Feels eerie with no one about. You got a hankering for something?
Well met, sir.
For bread and board, you'll find none better. It's a blessing to find myself so busy as this. Do stop by again.
I've not much to offer you, sir, I fear.
It is hard to sell much of anything.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. That old man by the shore. What drives him so unbendingly out into open waters?
Curious, isn't it?
Perhaps we will understand more. Or in time.
Fancy coming out to sea?
Bet this place has its share of secrets.
Very well. I shall return.
I ne'er thought the day would come when I'd be asked to lead another village. Fate can be rather strange. This time, I shan't allow a single soul to be lost. Harv will know peace. I shall not rest till this is so.
that went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation.
Interested in my wares? Interested in my wares? Many thanks.
Oh, what does this say?
Let's have a look then.
First impressions count for much. If you like, I can recommend you a new... How very charming.
Wonder what's going on inside.
Get to work.
Might go and see.
Trade favors. The rules at your left. I keep feeling nice.
Hasn't anyone got coin to spend? Welcome. Well met.
I can't help but feel I've wasted my time.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope, to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermund's eastern edge. I can guide you to the place, Arisen, or thereabouts.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
I feel no difference between waking and sleep.
A good sleep will ensure. I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
A new day, a new perspective.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
My head calls and I shan't resist.
My legs are stiff as boards.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Ah, Sir Arisen. I've been meaning to speak with you. Did you, perchance, pay a visit to the House of the Blue Sunbright? I see. After the rather strongly worded letter I received, I feared as much. 'Twas under unique circumstances, shall we say, that Daphne came to reside with us. You must understand, the House of the Blue Sunbright is our most generous benefactor, and their favor hinges upon our continued discretion. Thus, for the sake of all who reside herein, I beg you to steer Daphne away from any further contact with that household. Though it pains me to perpetuate the girl's misfortune, it must be done, if the gracious hand is to continue to function. Sir Arisen, I trust that you will do what is right by Daphne. Pray see to it that naught akin to the recent debacle be allowed to occur again.
Do you perchance remember me? You once knew me as maid to the young master, Sebastian. Well, I'm his maid no longer. Though I meant no harm, the mistress saw fit to turn me out. Tell no other soul of this. But the girl I had you fetch was none other than Sebastian's own twin sister. Afeard of inviting conflict over their inheritance, Daphne's family branded her a cursed babe and sent her away. Yet the loss of her newborn child drove the mistress half mad with grief. She's been bedridden ever since. I had hoped the sight of her long-lost daughter might rekindle some vital spark within my mistress. But alas, 'twould seem it was not to be.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
In the end, my good intentions served only to rob me of my station. I suppose 'twas no less than my due for meddling in the affairs of the nobility.
I've got something for you. Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
What an exhausting day it's been.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humours, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world a night.
Ah, now I understand.
Oi! Who's there?
Dead on my feet.
This place offers a view of the sea.
I imagine we would not escape a plunge into the water's depths.
One day, I'm going to have proper raiment.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
You're always such fun to talk to.
Heed your senses. If aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Some variety would be nice if you must fight. I shall come at once, Arisen.
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, I believe I finally grasped the true nature of this place. 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign of some generations past. In a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants, this sovereign attempted to consign our kingdom's histories to oblivion. Alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the age, the avarice of those in power is all but guaranteed. Yet 'tis clear it serves them not. Almost laughably so. The sovereign's line ultimately fell to ruin, and now this library, so laboriously sealed, has been discovered. What can we learn from this? Those who make light of history are doomed to be crushed under its heel. Fine timing, sir. Fine timing indeed. I've need of your services, you see. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyesight. I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom. 'Tis a place to which few have lawful access, as I'm sure you can imagine. Though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many attendees, if you catch my meaning. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap you would find an opportunity to liberate my poor spectacles? What say you? Would you consider doing an old man a favor? I am in your debt. With those spectacles in hand, I might actually get through one of my tomes. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the storeroom. You are my only hope. My spectacles are in your hands. At least I pray they will be anon. Without them, the revenant of boredom is like as not to come for me.
I shall remain by your side.
Just remember, I've somewhere to be. I'm sure I can handle this. Feel here if you know what about.
Now, where was I bound again? It's a good time, this place. not stopping. Not getting in anyone's way.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Want to make hay while the sun shines.
I'm dead on my feet, but I've much to do.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
We herua, urtu ael. Lia palad mananthal?
Not a morale.
Helpesil Vermont! Dorian! Heltan!
Well done, Master.
Ilmen.
Non lia tilmo. Ronde Minotaur.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be made at Scrapper.
I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can.
Dull when there's nothing doing.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance,
He was examined by a roaming man, claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care. Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... Gah... Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
I know so little of this world, and of myself. I fear I've much to attend to.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Tell Liz, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeard for them. I do hope naught befalls Lubomir. I should like to see him walk out of here in good health.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
True enough.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Splendid.
Sir Arisen, I trust that you pray see to it that naught akin to the recent...
My greens are second to none.
Suppose I best earn my keep. I'm in the rain. Washes all my troubles clean away, this place.
Wonder what's going on in town.
Won't someone talk about this?
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace.
Greetings.
Need someone to talk to?
Quite the predicament.
Hope I didn't leave the pot on.
Who's at your neck?
I can't wait to see what the day
I ought
holds.
to stop. See what's needed.
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once.
Naught to look forward to after a long day of work.
We must rest, though the sun is...
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Feeling rested, I trust?
This looks as good a place as any. Someone to talk to. Mayhap I ought to give up. Let the Reeves bank finish it tomorrow.
This place now feels calm.
Medicine! 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 Now! 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 I need it. I need it. I need more medicine!
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone? Oh, someone help.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
You have my support.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead? You're back. Pray, tell me, what? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room. I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Radcliffe, the doctor over in the rest town.
Indeed. You are correct.
You're back. Pray, I have noticed that the abbess goes out every night without fail. Perhaps...
Yes,
Elena. Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
I'll have an early supper.
I don't tell half as many lies as my parents.
All that fuss and
nary a coin to show for it.
What did I do to deserve this as mine?
I don't bring myself to do much.
It was a paltry repast. I'm grateful to be fed. Got to work if I'm to put bread on the table.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
I'm not sure what we're dealing with here.
Nice to see you again. I can't wait to see what the day holds.
to each their own, as they say.
I was not prepared for this.
I wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
Oh, stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper. I'll teach him a lesson.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
I'll not take that from you.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Let me get that.
Could it be aught befallen the cenotaph? I'd heard the spirits had calmed somewhat. If I cannot dissuade you from pressing on.
Oi, you there! You've just arrived in town, haven't you? I don't mean to pry, only it's my grandson, a boy by the name of Rog. He's gone missing. Pray tell, have you seen the lad?
Morris, I've just found out Roger's been abducted by beasts.
What? No! How can that be?
I've just heard news. Rog was seen being dragged off by wolves.
Oh, my poor boy. We must go rescue him at once.
Morris, think what you're saying, friend. We can't go charging off after the lad. We are no match for such creatures.
Do you truly expect me to do naught but twiddle my thumbs when my only grandson's been taken from me? The soldiers won't do aught for him, will they now? Consarn it all. He's right. But what else am I to do? If I do not hasten to the poor lad's aid, who will? Do you truly mean that, sir? You will save my grandson. If you return him to me, I will be forever in your debt, stranger.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Please, stranger, bring my Rog back to me.
I'll do
Suppose that's enough for one day. Got something for me?
How'd I end up here? Quit acting so chummy.
Aye? In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Determine what manner of substance 'tis? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in... oh, I don't know. Later.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
Wouldn't say no to a nice precious
Have a look.
I'm sure I can handle it.
Aye, I met Roger by the cenotaph, on the eastern side of town. He had what looked like a bundle of grass with him, only he was carrying it as though 'twere of the greatest import. When I asked what he was doing with it, he would say no more than 'twas a secret. So I told him to get home safe, and we parted ways. Yet no sooner had I turned my back than I heard him scream. I charged to his aid, but a wolf was already scarpering with him and its jewels. Poor lad. His cries haunt me even now. Pray help him if you can, sir. He deserves a better fate than this.
The flowers that bloom around here glow come nightfall. From what I can glean, the petals absorb the sun's light by day and release it after dark. Isn't that unusual? Nature works in mysterious ways.
Have you some business with me?
How might I aid you, sir? How might I be of assistance?
Have you heard the rumors? The residents of a small village to the north are said to have perished overnight. There was no warning, no apparent cause, but one morning they were all discovered dead. Every last one. Of course, such rumors are best taken with a grain of salt. Some peddler might have made it up to increase sales.
You'll never believe this, but the other day, I saw an elven woman and a dwarven man walking hand in hand. Normally, you put an elf and a dwarf in the same room and they'll be trading blows before you can blink. Mayhap my eyes deceived me.
Now I've gone and stepped in it.
Where are you going?
I've not trained for this.
We have reached our destination.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
There are quite a few beastrons are in Batal. You can scarce see them this side of the border. Strange that, considering some say Vermund was a beastron kingdom in bygone. Mayhap you've seen those headless statues on roads and such. Tellies, they're meant to be depictions of a beastron ruler. Couldn't tell you whether any of that's true or not, mind. 'Tis simply aught I overheard at the tavern.
I'll carefully conserve my strength.
This way. Have a look. Bread on the table. Am I shedding? Must be my winter coat.
What should I get up to today?
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
Fancy a look at my wares? I'm in fine fettle today.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you, then?
I truly appreciate your offer to aid us with this, friend. Had you not spoken up when you did, I fear Morris would have rushed straight into the jaws of those fell beasts. I know he's in pain. I am too. But trying to resolve this ourselves would only serve to add more corpses to the pile. Oh, I should tell you. I heard someone in town witnessed Roger's abduction. He may have some inkling of where the creatures took the boy. Pray, do what you can to bring Rog back to us.
This way. Let me think on this.
The indignity of it.
This is where my luck runs out.
What else needs doing?
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
My wares.
Falls on me.
Was his true peace, I wonder?
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
Shame there aren't as many folk spinning tall tales in the tavern of late. I rather enjoyed hearing the one about the Gigantus. Have you heard it? 'Tis said to descend in times of conflict, scattering friend and foe alike, and leaving only death and ruin in its wake. Sounds like the last thing we need, doesn't it?
Maybe I'll get here.
Not an inkling.
Where are you going?
I'm in fine.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
Suppose I'd best get
Must
to work.
hold out.
Oh, I don't need this right now.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Reckon your road's been a long one. No use hiding it. I've seen my share of weary countenances. Trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least, you'll find a bit of peace and quiet. Many thanks. Go on, have a look.
Something smells divine.
Some of us get crazy.
My knees have been acting up of late.
Might treat us to a roast tonight.
I've got wares of every ilk. Tisn't an easy life, but I enjoy the travel. Pleasure doing business with you. Not buying? That's just as well.
Got any tales to...
Wonder if there's any...
Never should have taken this shit.
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
Anyone gives me a side that takes steel.
Where are you going?
I've not trained for this.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
The same. They are.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Without me.
Time to be heading home.
Yeah, too late.
Lays out there.
Here's a welcome.
Interested in my wares?
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
My stomach's growling. Time for an early supper. Got to find more places to buy my stew.
Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir.
I'm in no hurry to work.
Wonder if
Fins of late. Maybe we'll make touch.
How might I be of service?
Don't have enough to do.
Barely slept a wink.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
I'd gladly stay here forever if I could. Need someone to talk to?
How'd I end up here?
This looks as if 'twould fetch a hefty sum.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
Looks like we've both got some time on our...
It's so dull when there's nothing doing.
I hope this job plays out better than the last.
What do ye want?
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then? What else are you doing?
I've not trained for this.
Poor Rog. He truly is a lovely boy. He's always helping Morris in his shop. And he's delivered me my remedies many a time. Once, he even picked some flowers on his way and put them up for me. All pretty like. I still recall his smile when he told me about the beautiful flower bed he tends to on the outskirts of town. Oh, Rog, will I e'er see your smile again? I suppose I can only hope.
It's this way.
Mayhaps the flower bed will offer some clue as to Roger's whereabouts. Follow me. I will guide you to the location. This isn't the way to our destination, but I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
It seems they bear us ill will!
Quick, douse the flames!
My talents lie in combining material. Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Talents are useless while it's pinned. Pray, make full use of this opportunity to fell it. I did my best to match your skill, Master.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
smashed beyond repair.
Allow me. Wait a moment. Most impressive, Master.
Our foe is not yet ready.
Indecision may spell our doom.
I'm well aware of the particulars. This foe shall fall by my hand.
Headlong into battle. Let us watch our foe carefully to determine our best strategy here. This battle is ours! Then we know what must needs be done.
chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I?
Ah, oxen.
'Tis best to leave harmless creatures be.
No dawdling. Your risen calls.
By your leave. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Where's the skeleton?
We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
We are well poised to supplement each other's strength.
Master, idle chatter.
Goodness, we're higher up than I thought. Careful now.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
foe is drawn to women as a moth to a flame.
Such single-mindedness makes our enemy predictable, but not necessarily easier to counter.
Thank you, Master. I only hope I did not disappoint.
Well done, Master.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. I'll go and open the chest.
Here we go again.
Fight!
Understood.
I will protect you.
What's going on? How did I get here? I remember. The wolves! How is it I'm still alive? You saved me. Didn't you, sir? I can hardly believe it. Thank you. I would not be standing here without you. How did you know where I was? Did Grandfather request your help? I suppose he must be worried sick about me. If it's all the same to you, sir, I think I'd like to go home now.
Shall we report our results? Let us deliver the lad to Sir Maurice forthwith. Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boats.
As your pack becomes heavier, so too does your step. Perchance, you ought to let a few things go.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Got to keep it together.
Over here, if you please. Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Mind the rain, Master.
We mustn't let ourselves become soaked to the skin.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Would allow us to save our strength. Assuming we're not attacked, that is.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due. Where are you going?
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by...
Is that... It is! Rog! You've returned to us!
That I have, and 'tis all thanks to this sir's kindness.
Truly! And you seem unharmed as well. What a relief. We owe you a great debt, sir. You have my unending gratitude. Hurry along to your grandfather now, Rog. He's beside himself with worry for you.
I will. I promise.
Look, while you're here, eh?
Rog? Rog! Is that you, my boy?
Hello, Grandfather.
'Tis a miracle! You're alive and in one piece! Oh, joy of joys! I thought ne'er to lay eyes on you again.
Grandfather, you're smothering me.
Oh, hush! You don't get to complain of such things after you worried me half to death.
I'm very sorry, Grandfather. I didn't mean to cause you grief.
And you? Words alone will ne'er be enough to express the depth of my gratitude. I am truly in your debt. Pray, take this. 'Tis naught but a trifle in comparison to your kindness, but I hope you will accept it all the same. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for saving me. I swear I've never slept better.
Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I've just finished running those tests. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailments, certainly. But only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be well and truly mad to attempt such a thing. Worse still, I say patient, but...
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Must hold out till someone comes to me.
Still too early to say. This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What the...
Suppose things can
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
Bear in mind that the reason we tell women with awakening resistance.
That single-mindedness makes our enemy predictable, but not necessarily easier to counter. The Arisen is covered in slime.
Whatever it is you need, I shall gladly supply.
find you a
We ought to have conserved our strength.
such a struggle.
Those resistance are bigger than the magic.
More good magic servants here.
Ah, things will sort themselves out.
Do stop. I've wares of every ilk.
I'd gladly stay here forever if I could. Dead on my feet.
Time to hit the saddle. Thrive, always another errand to see to.
Very well. I shall return.
Suppose that's enough.
More wretched than this.
Ah, this place cheers me right up.
Is there aught I can help you with, sir? Oh, if you're looking for Lubomir, his condition deteriorated to the point that he had to be moved to the basement sick room. He's not allowed visitors, I'm afraid, not even family. Even we're not allowed to go see him. No need to worry, though. The Abbess is tending to him personally. She'll nurse him back to full health, I'm sure of it. Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the mind. What are you doing? Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Suffice to say, your testimony, combined with the evidence you've procured, have cast a great deal of suspicion upon the Abbess that she isn't like to shake. Pray have this, sir. 'Tis your reward for aiding us in our duty to this city.
What business have you here?
time. This place is too comfortable.
Consider the needs of the common folk as well.
This sort of quiet
Keep moving.
I'll teach him a lesson.
Quite the predicament.
I'm like to fall asleep if I stay here much longer.
I'd sooner stay out of the battle.
It's so dull when there's nothing doing.
I make no sense
Can't
of
take
this.
it anymore.
I must confess, I'm rather lost. Oh, heavens above! What are we to do? 'Twas you, wasn't it? You took the abyss from us. How could you do this? The acts she committed were unforgivable. This I cannot deny. But what do you expect will befall the rest of us in her absence? Without the abbess, we cannot possibly attend to all our patients. Without her guidance, I... Forgive me. 'Twas an improper thing to say in light of the lives taken so unjustly. I will do what I can, but I fear I cannot attend to everyone here. I fear this trial is too much for one such as me. I can make no sense of this.
Didn't say no to a nice,
I don't like
juicy
it here.
beast steak.
I want to go home.
Let me get that.
Smoke off for a moment there.
Entering all day is tiring work. There's always another errand to see to.
I shall resist.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the...
This ox cart's bound for... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What is true peace? One must
Some of us get complacent. Give me a moment to think, Piggy.
It's my back's not acting up today.
Got to make hay while the sun shines.
What? You had the abbess arrested? Why, she's the Lady Saint, isn't she? Ah, of course. That's why you had me look at that mixture. Well, I'll have naught more to do with this, thank you. In fact, I rather wish you hadn't involved me to begin with. But I suppose I could be persuaded to change my mind. Don't look at me like that. If you want my services, 'twill cost you. That's how the world works. I'll require a significant donation if I'm to alleviate the effects of that so-called medicine. See? That wasn't so difficult, was it? You'll find that I'm happy to aid those in need, so long as I get my dues. No need to fret. I'm a hard worker when the pay is right. You'll see.
I keep feeling ice in the back of my head.
Stump's complaining. Peruse at your leisure, sir.
Falls on me.
It's too early for dinner. Anywhere right now.
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
I've got to focus. She's only once.
There's no easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
My bed was
Nothing to fear if I keep on wits about me.
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Ain't got the foggiest. You're gonna regret that.
This one's shaking.
Out the car.
Nothing I
Fort fell from the beast as it breathed its last. Most impressive, master.
We can ill afford to grow overconfident. Our foe is not yet routed.
A result is power.
Leave off.
This is where my luck runs out.
I'll slit your bleeding throat.
He'll have to do better than that.
You looking for a fight?
It's this way.
As the Arisen commands, so must we abide. Show some haste.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Trade favours the patient heart, say.
I know every face here. The hours seem to fly.
I don't like it here. I want to go home. I'm dead on my feet.
'Tis you. You can't know how grateful I am to you. I could feel death's hand at my throat, and that horrid abbess urging it to choke the life out of me. But owing to your aid, here I am, feeling myself again. Truly, sir, I cannot thank you enough.
Good tidings, sir. A doctor has come, Sir Radcliffe. He's been tending to our patients, and I am thrilled to say that their condition is much improved. He's even instructed us on how to care for them properly. I am eternally grateful for his aid. We were in desperate need of guidance, you know, But when I told him as much, he said to save my thanks for you. I know not what transpired, but thank you, nevertheless. Though we have no doubt lost favor in the people's eyes, I shall strive to earn it back. I hoped you might make use of this.
Appreciate it.
I'd have taken him for a charlatan, but there can be no doubt that Sir Radcliffe is a skilled doctor indeed. It just goes to show one mustn't put too much stock in appearances.
Wickedness has no hold upon its
Medicine? I've no need for it. My mind feels clearer than it has in days.
My body feels as light as a feather. That Radcliffe knows his trade.
Your proposal would do me a world of good. The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace, discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Each day is harder to bear than the last.
Can't make a living if I get myself injured.
Shall we get some rest then? To this world I return, ready to put all I've learned to use.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.